Right, so I was hoping to come back to you today for this episode and say I'm excited for the start of our Europa League adventure. Except I'm a little bit nervous about it now because I may have lost the dressing room. Hello and welcome back to Unemployed to Legend, Club 2, Episode 13 with Dundee United. My name is Craig and coming up in today's episode we have two games for you. Firstly, in the Europa League, at home against Feyenoord and then away, I believe, against Livingston in the league. Now, since you were last with me, we may have just lost the dressing room because of a certain situation where I tried to get rid of a player and he wouldn't leave and he was unhappy about being offered out to other clubs. That man, if I can actually find who it is, I probably should have been looking for him already, is Kwame Poku. Now, at the end of last season, I did say I wanted to basically sell on Kwame Poku because he's a right winger who, quite frankly, has been replaced by Paolo Banchiki, but he didn't want to go. In fact, I offered him out to clubs and he made me promise him that I wouldn't offer him out to any other clubs anymore, which is why over the summer I just kind of left him be. I just shoved him to the reserves. He didn't come back and say he was unhappy about that, so I just left him. And then someone on deadline day, I think it was Kilmarnock, who might have actually come in and offered about £1.5–2 million for him. And I know I promised him I wouldn't sell him, but I accepted the offer because I thought, okay, just get him out the door because he's not going to do anything for me this season. Yeah, he came back. He didn't even come back to me. A message came up in the inbox saying he's not even willing to speak to me now. And unfortunately, compounded by the fact he's not in the Europa League squad as well, it's resulted... It's actually behind my head, but 27 players agree with Kwame Poku. So I'll show you the exact effect of this. Everyone is now supporting Kwame Poku, who I have brought back into the main squad. I know that seems a bit counterproductive, but there's no point leaving him down in the reserves just to rot if he's just going to create trouble. The only players who actually don't agree with him or support their teammate is Christian Marquez. We'll come to him in a moment because he's just arrived. Gabriel Sara, who also just arrived this summer. And Johnny Kenny, who was on international duty when all of this went down. So the man is clearly just oblivious to what actually happened when this all went down. So 3 players who are not supporting their teammate. They probably do internally, but they're not completely unhappy about it. And all my managerial support was actually on poor. We managed to get back to average after I spoke with the squad and said, yep, I apologise, I'll try and improve things. And they're like, okay, cool, fantastic, at least you apologised. I'm just having a look to see if there's any promises related to this. And Kwame Poku, you can see there, failed the don't sell player. Yeah, that was my fault, to be honest. Alex Murphy is happy now that we didn't actually sign this guy, Craig Giddens, who we were never going to bring in the first place. Other than that, there's no promise, so I honestly don't know how to actually solve this until either A, Kwame Poku gets over it, or B, we get to January and sell him on. If he wants to leave in January, that's fine, I'll accommodate that. Or 3, the squad just gets on with it. Or, actually, there's a 4th option, probably include him in the Europa League squad if we get through to the knockout rounds or get knocked out, whichever one. But that won't be until January, which means for the next 4 months, we're probably going to have to struggle through with tepid performances because that's how, what is it called, the managerial support, it does affect performances in the match engine. Case in point, in the last game against Queen of the South in the league, we won 2-1, but it was such a laboured performance. The only reason we won was because Gabriel Sara decided to show up and actually scored his first goals for the club. Very, very happy. Very good performance overall. But we can't be relying on him in every single game because we're going to be in big trouble otherwise. But other than that, you've probably seen in the league table already, we are second in the league especially because of the poor start Rangers actually made. They've started recovering, but hopefully, I was hoping we'd actually continue the good start to the season, but we're going to have to see how these 2 games go in today's episode. So, let us get into the first match of this episode, and we are going to go with the following 11. We've got Okonkwo in goal because Ryan Vickers, sorry, is it Ryan Vickers? Josh Vickers. Why am I calling him Ryan all of a sudden? He's out with an injury. He's out for another 2 weeks, so we won't be seeing him in this episode. You've got back four Strap Marquez. Marquez. I said I'll come to him. He is a new signing that we made on deadline day. He is on loan from Queen's Park Rangers in the Championship. English Championship, that is. 23-year-old Swiss centre-back. 2.5-star current ability, that 5-star potential though. He can still improve significantly. So here is hoping he can make a little bit more of a difference for our defence, because we've been a bit leaky. But a big reason I support him in as well, he is consistent and he relishes big matches. This is a big match today, so he's going to be making his debut for the team in this one. Darnell Johnson is at right back, with O'Donnell Enriquez at the base of midfield. Andre Green left wing, Paolo Banjiki on the right wing. We just about held on to him after deadline day. He's still waiting for someone to make an offer for him with his release clause in January. And Gabriel Sara attacking midfield, with Johnny Kenny the man up front. Of course, there are a number of players who are still unregistered, the likes of Alex Murphy. And obviously Kwame Poku still not registered, and they won't be unless we get to the knockout rounds of the Europa League. So, first match of the Europa League, we are aiming of course for the top 24. That will take us into at least the knockout round playoff. So, let's make use of home advantage. We need to be winning the home matches. If we win all our home matches, we're into the next round. Simple as. We're targeting at least 4 wins in this league phase. Let's see if we recognise anybody from that Feyenoord squad. So I don't know how, I should have looked up actually how well they're doing in the Dutch league. Although I don't think it's actually loaded, so I wouldn't even be able to tell at this point. De Roon I've heard of. Verbruggen I have heard of as well. I think he was on my scout reports like a long time ago, maybe in a previous FM. Alright, free kick to Feyenoord to start things off, and they get the header which goes just over. It's good to see a full house for this European clash, because not only are we looking to get prize money for wins or draws in this league phase, we're looking for that sweet attendance money as well. The more money we get out of this European run, the better this club will do overall, because they're still showing its insecure finances and we are still hemorrhaging money. The Scottish leagues, there's just no money in there. Darnell Johnson doing well to intercept that ball. Over to Green, back to Johnson. Ramon looking for some good passes from him. Strap over on the left hand side, just play it into the middle, man. Oh, what a save by the keeper. Johnny Kenny was so close to the opener, just over 20 minutes in that was. It's back to the free kick for Feyenoord. Apologies if my voice sounds it's off the bar. Apologies if my voice sounds like it's about to cut out at times. I have a cough at the moment, and I'm trying to keep as much water on my desk as possible, so there may be cuts every now and then because I will need to cough, but hopefully not during the highlights. Oh, Kenny just won the ball back there. I actually coughed at the wrong time, and Kenny also shot at the wrong time as well, for goodness sake. This cough is not going to be great for a recording session, is it? Alright, we're going into half time. It is 0-0. Let's see how the XG compares, and yeah, we've just kind of had the better chances. We just haven't put them away. We've been far better than Feyenoord, it seems, in this game so far. So let's just pump some fists. Let's just get these lads fired up, because it's clear they're good enough to win this match, but we need to be taking our chances, because I'm going to guess Feyenoord are more experienced in Europe than us. I think they're one of the top teams, certainly in Holland. Not as big, obviously, as like Ajax or PSV, but still, they're like the third, fourth best team, certainly in real life. So I assume Feyenoord are a decent side, but we need to be taking some chances. And we'll hit 66 minutes, absolutely nothing has happened. Let's see, Enriquez is shattered. So, Thomason is going to go on. O'Donnell is just going to swap with him and be the central midfielder. Let's have a look. Johnny Kenny's not actually playing that well. So, what we're going to do... Whoops. Ross Stewart is actually going to come on for Johnny Kenny. We've seen precious little of Ross Stewart this season so far. And you know what? Mane's going to come on for O'Donnell. I think we're going to just try and shake things up in the midfield a bit more energy. Mane we've not seen so far this season. There he is with a corner and he finds Stewart, but unfortunately it is over the bar. Would have been a great substitution had Mane been the assist maker for that and Stewart been on the end of it. Would have been a tactical genius move. Right, just over 10 minutes to go and we are starting to tire at the back a little bit. So, How many other centre backs have I got? Right, O'Connor is going to go on for Christopher Wu. Johnson is going to go off for Curtis. I think, is that the only substitutions I can make? Let me just have a quick look. Yeah, that's all the substitutions. So, all 5 have now been made with 10 minutes to go. Come on, boys. We're on attacking already. And this is the first game, so there's no need to go massively overboard. There is a highlight coming though, and unfortunately it's with Feyenoord. This comes back to the whole, they're not exactly playing for me at the moment shtick. That's the thing, because as much as it's on average, the instructions I give are not going to be heeded to very, very well. And there's Feyenoord. Oh god, it's begun. We're going to have to put up with this for the next 4 months, aren't we? Because we were performing so well before all of this happened, and then I had to go ruin it all. Oh no. I was targeting 4 wins from 4 at home. And it's not happening anyway, not at home. We were so much better. We were so much better. That's not good. That is not good. For what it's worth, I'm yet to pick up a point in the Europa League because we were in there with Swansea Uni and I lost all 5 matches. I've not won a single European game in this series so far. Let's hope for better fortune against Livingston away from home because we're in danger of this good start to the season kind of unravelling. Right, second match of the episode, we're back to league action and there have been a number of changes to this squad because of tiredness and other players still coming back from injury. You know, Andre Green still coming back from injury, even though we saw him in the last match. Should have probably taken him off actually. Declan Glass also just returned from injury. Josh Vickers, Christian Marquez, who picked up a knock in training, he's out for up to 2 weeks. Actually, no, he's back in 5 days. What am I on about? Vickers is still about a week and a half away. Ferisaj and Cooley have just come back from injury themselves. And they'll just get some match time, hopefully, in the coming matches. So this is the starting lineup again. Okonkwo in goal, back 4 of Alex Murphy, Wu, Edwards and Curtis. Ryan Edwards is another player who's not happy because I left him out the Europa League squad and he's afraid of being replaced by someone else who I wasn't even going to bring in. So in about 2 weeks he'll hopefully be happy because the promise I've made him, he's quite happy so far. So he'll start today's match. Wintle and Mane at the base in the midfield. Mane on an attacking instruction from central midfield. Johnston on the left wing. Rankin Costello on the right wing. Enriquez is in attacking midfield. Johnny Kenny is up front. Right, boys, please. We're playing Livingston, who are currently 10th in the league. Let's not only put on a good performance, let's actually score some goals because I need to feel better after the ending of that last match. That still hurts. Okay, Mane with the ball, we're just over 2 minutes in. An early goal for us would help settle the nerves. Certainly it will settle my nerves because I'm really trying to win back these players right now. I know the managerial support is on average and it's slowly creeping back up. But I can't believe I managed to ruin it. There's no other way of putting it. I can't believe I managed to ruin it. We're trying to play the ball out from the back here. It just makes me nervous that we are trying to do this. Ryan Edwards. Whoa, that was a nice little turn by Ramon. Ball played through to Kenny. And what a goal. That was well played. A beautiful ball by Ramon here. I wonder if we're going to see it on the replay. Rankin Costello with an assist. In fact, we will see it on the replay here. Look at that nice little turn. And ball straight into Mane from Ramon. Absolutely fantastic. You can tell who are the players who are most comfortable on the ball, and I'm not just talking about Kenny putting it in the back of the net. Mane, Wu, Ramon, Gabriel Sara, much more comfortable on the ball compared to last season when it was touch and go if we would manage to hold on to it. Slightly more confident in that area, slightly. Some more patient build-up play. Wu playing it over to Murphy on the left-hand side. Johnston. Not very often we're seeing Johnston probably this season, so hopefully he'll be able to take his chances. Oh, for goodness sake, who was that? Was that Mane? It was Mane. Okay, he's probably gonna do that every now and then. I don't know why Johnston actually just gave up there. To be honest with you, he should have just carried on. He does, however, get the ball back on the left-hand side, and I don't know if he was trying a shot or a pass or whatever, but absolutely nothing came of that. Another highlight, Livingston getting the ball forward this time and completely evades everybody. Murphy just got completely beaten there, and well done. Okonkwo stood very tall at his near post, ended up on the floor, but at least he kept the ball out of the net. It is a corner though to Livingston, played in, and it is just, it was almost cleared, but Okonkwo, Mr. Safe Hands, thankfully plucks that out of the air. Okay, into half time, we are leading 1-0. Good first half, not spectacular, but what matters at the moment is just stringing together some results, and hopefully we'll start to win back some of these players, because I've now got to rebuild all the managerial support all over again. I am going to keep going on about it until it's back to a decent level. A ball was played in by Curtis, found absolutely nobody. Oh, for God's sake, he just got sent off. It's not even a big match. Right, Enriquez is going to have to be sacrificed here. He's going to be tired soon anyway. Darnell Johnson will come on for him at right back. And we are now down to 10 men. I'm just going to drop it to positive because there's no point going mental. But, oh, Curtis, why did you do that, man? Come on. Murphy with the throw in into Kenny, who's not in the box for some reason. There is Johnston, plays it over to Rankin. Costello's off the post. Nobody was there. Kenny should have been in the box for that. I don't know why he wasn't. Mane with the corner. We need our big boys to just put that in the back of the net, and Edwards couldn't quite get to it. Mane does recover it well though, and nothing comes as a result of it. Murphy with the free kick, played over to Rankin. Costello plays it into the box, and he just links up with Kenny so well. Kenny slots it home, 2-0. And what can I say really about Rankin Costello? He's just settled into this team very quickly. Mane with a beautiful ball, him on central midfield attacking role, just works. This is his first start of the season, and he's got an assist right there. He was also very instrumental in the first goal as well. You can't say much more when it comes to a young player just putting in some performances like that, especially coming back from injury. Right, Kenny, ref, send him off, get it back down to 10 men. Yes, he's been sent off, and it is now 10v10. I think that's one of their central midfielders as well. Mane playing it through to Kenny, over to Johnson on the right hand side. It's equal footing now, and Johnson goes for the shot, but it has been saved by the keeper. It is now a corner. You know what, now it's 10v10. Hopefully that works back in our favour as well, as Edwards still misses the ball. My goodness, Mane just lobs it back in. It is cleared over to Mane, but it has been cut out. Thankfully nothing came of it, and we have hit the 75th minute. You know what, some players are starting to tire. Christopher Wu is one of them. Darragh O'Connor is going to come on, and I think Mane is also shattered as well. So Lewis O'Donnell, he's going to come in central midfield. He's going to stay on that attacking role because it worked so well for Mane. Let's see if it works well for O'Donnell. Right, final substitutions. Thomason is going to come on for Wintle, a bit of ball-winning midfield action. Lewis Strapp is going to come on for Alex Murphy. I think that's all. Yeah, that's all of the substitutions. I've just realised Johnson had to come on, didn't he? So, just going to waste some time down, hopefully. Let's just manage this game. Let's just take, hopefully, the 3 points and get out intact. Regroup, hold shape, slow pace down. And with that, full time, breathe. We can, and it seems we should be able to hopefully still put in some good performances, some good results as well. I feel the Europa League might still be a tough one for us this season, but hopefully we'll have more of a shot with Dundee United than we did with Swansea Uni. Right, so Curtis is banned for one match. Thankfully though, even if it was a straight red, it would still only be one match, but he was actually sent off for a second yellow card. Well done to Rankin on the right side of midfield. He might push Banjiki for that position, which is good. I think that's what Banjiki will need. He will need to be pushed as far as possible, which will aid his development. As you can see from the league table, we are second in the league. If we can aim for second place this season, I will be very happy with that, because that would be Champions League qualifying spots. In fact, what round of the Champions League is that going to be? That would be the second qualifying round. Okay, it would be nice to win the title, but well, I think Celtic might just be a step too far. But what we're going to do now, we've seen a few games now at the start of the season. I'm going to try and get a bunch of games done and come back hopefully around November, December time. Hopefully we can win the managerial support back. Yeah, it's starting to look a little bit better now. Hopefully we can get that back up to good, because if it doesn't and the performances are still hit and miss, we will probably be coming back a little bit earlier, because it means things wouldn't be going according to plan. So if it's November, December, assume it's going okay. If you have enjoyed this episode, make sure you hit the like button down below and smash the big red subscribe button. Thank you all so much for your support on the series so far. I'm glad you've been enjoying it, and I've been enjoying making it as well, manager support aside. So thank you all for watching. I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode.